Hey guys, what's up? Ashley here. It's day number 347 of Gigglin'. Welcome back to another edition of Confessions of Giggler. I am here today, like I am here every day, just trying to figure out what to talk about on this journey to complete 365 days of vlogging in a row for absolutely no reason other than to prove to myself that I can do it. Even though I already did it in 21. I don't know why I was like, you know what? You could do it again for a second time. That was silly. Um anyway, welcome back. So, what I want to talk about today is one of the goals, well, I guess this kind of goes with the so two of the goals they like go together kind of. So so one of the goals that I set out for myself to do specifically in this year, in this calendar year of 2023, I decided that I wanted to go away somewhere new not new. I lied. It wasn't new. Not somewhere new. Just go away. Go somewhere that's not here, my house. Or like somewhere that I would consider home. Right? Right. So, like, not including going home to Jersey. So, I decided that I wanted to go away somewhere every single month this year. So, at least one place every month for the whole year. And we did it, guys. I did it. And I just want to like recap that and how cool of an experience that was to be able to do and to travel and go so many places this year. I mean, because there was definitely months that I went to more than one spot. And like it's hard to remember like some of those things that happened in the summer. It's hard to remember specifically what happened in which month because tour life. And it's like some of the spots like you're only there for a night, so yeah, but yeah. So let's start off. Let's do a little recap of where I went this year. Because yeah, I did a lot of traveling and good news, I was able to keep my gold status on American. And that's mostly because I bought a new TV and I got a lot of miles for that. Um, because I was stalking um the American shopping portal. If you're an American Airlines loyalty member, like if you get loyalty points, make sure you sign up for the American Airlines shopping portal because you get so many extra points. Like all the stores are on there. Well, not all of them. Like Amazon's not on there or Target. So like, so not that, but like Old Navy's there and Kerastase, which is the brand I use for my hair stuff. That's on there. I already said Old Navy. Samsung's on there. So I bought my new Samsung TV and I just waited for there to be like a lot of miles per dollar. So I got a lot of miles for that purchase, just that one purchase. Anyway, we can have a whole nother vlog on American Airlines shopping portal. But that's not this. So let's recap. In January, I went to Festival of the Arts with Deb and Jer. And I mean, like, obviously, if you guys have been following along with my channel all year long, these are all things that you saw me do. And if you missed them, they're there. You could go back and check it out. Yeah. So like because it's, I mean, I would link them, but like, you know, if I was there for a lot of days, that's a video per day. So that's a lot of videos to link. So, I mean, if you really wanted to go see them, they're there. Anyway, we went to Festival of the Arts. I went to Festival of the Arts with Deb and Jer in January, and that was so fun. I love Festival of the Arts. It's my favorite of the Epcot festivals. Um, I don't know if like I just love one. I love that it's not a billion degrees out. One, that's number one. um, but also I love seeing all the I love walking through all the art booths. I love seeing the chalk art. I love just like the bright and colorfulness of it. I love that there's not a ton of food booths, so it's not overwhelming and I don't feel like I'm missing things when I'm done, like because like I just went one day to Festival of the Holidays and I feel like I missed so much because I couldn't possibly eat anymore, but there were still so many things I wanted to try. So that's why I kind of like I like the like quaintness of Festival of the Arts. So yeah, I just really love it. And I was so happy that I got to go in January and not like the very last bit of it that I usually go to. So that was really great. Then in February I went back to Disney World. Okay, so a lot of the months are going to be Disney World. And that's okay. so so February I went back to Disney World, but this time it was for the princess. It was for the Princess Run Disney Princess weekend. I did not do a half marathon. Let's not be foolish, but I did do the 5K with Nicole and Jeanette, and it was so great. You know, I mean, 5K is 3 miles, and I did it. And like, I wasn't concerned that I wouldn't be able to do it because they don't sweep people in the 5K. And like you walk more than that on a normal Disney day anyway. So I really wasn't worried, but still, it was still a huge accomplishment for me. And it was really fun just like being at the park when it was not operating. And yeah, I'm proud of myself that I did it, that I signed up and I did it. But it was very early morning. I don't know if I'll ever do it again, but I'm happy that I did it once, and yes. like I have my medal hanging right over there by my like on my what is this thing called? The shelf. Like my bib is over there. So yeah, I'm proud of myself for doing that. And I had a really good time in Disney World with my townie friends. So that was an extra bonus plus. And yeah. And then in March, Jared and I went out to California and we went to Disneyland and there was a Princess Night there. And I was like, Princess Night is calling my name. I have to go to Princess Night. And I'm really happy that I did because there is no Princess Night coming up in 24. It's going to be Disney Channel night, which also seems very fun, but I think it's sold out already. I'm not really sure. Honestly, I haven't checked because I haven't like thought that far in advance yet. So but yeah, so we went to Princess Night at Disneyland and I just loved it. Every time I go to Disneyland, I love it more than the last time I was there. Like every single time. I got to finally see the Magic Happens parade this time, and that is by far my favorite parade at a Disney park. It is so good. It was so good. And it's just like it makes me cry. It's a really, really good parade. And I can't wait to see it again. Yeah, so Disneyland was fantastic. So then April, what happened in April? April, we went to Nashville. I went to Nashville. We went to see O-Town and we celebrated Dana's birthday. And it was so fun. They had a brunch, which really wasn't brunch. Like, O-Town. You can't call something brunch and then just have small tacos and donuts. That is not brunch. That's a light snack. So I was like, I'm starving now. But yeah, so we went to Nashville and it was good. Like, I am not a Nashville girl. But I did have a good time on this trip with my friends. It's just like very overwhelming for me, and it's a lot of like party scene and like it's a lot. And like my antisocial self, like, or not anti, I'm not antisocial. My social anxiety filled self, like, couldn't really handle it. It was too much for me. So yeah, Nashville's not really on my list of um places to go again. But like I said, I still had a really good time. So yeah. And then May was my birthday, and we went. Obviously, I went to Disney World, my favorite place. How could I not go to Disney World for my birthday? And that was just fantastic. Kate and Chase came, and Jared was there, and yeah, it was a good time. I mean, I did get a little bit sick that day, which was unfortunate. We were really trying to do a 38 things for my 38th birthday and do all 4 parks in one day, and then just out of nowhere, I just felt terrible and had to quit. And I was just so sad. Like, I can't believe that it happened. Like, I'm still upset that that happened. And really what made me most upset is that I really wanted for Kate and Chase to watch Happily Ever After, and me and Jared, and it was just going to be really magical, and we just didn't make it. And such a bummer. But the whole trip in general was really good, and we had a good time. And I mean, I always have a good time at Disney World. So, it was good. I was happy. And then in June, so June, here's where my timeline gets a little sketchy. So I know in June I went to Savannah to visit, me and Court drove down to Savannah to visit Kate and Chase. We did that in June. Yeah, that was around Father's Day. So then, and then I think at the end of June is when I went to Dallas to see the opening night of the Big Time Rush Can't Get Enough tour. And then I went to Disney World just for a couple days. And yeah. I feel like there was a magnet or something that I had to go get. And I was like, I'm not missing my magnet. I gotta go get my magnet. But yeah, so that's what I did in June. And when we went to Savannah, we saw the Savannah Bananas, and they were so fun. I wish that we were there the day that Brian from the Backstreet Boys was playing with them, but you can't win them all. But it was still so fun. It was such a fun adventure. And by the way, do you remember that when we went to brunch, we saw one of the players at brunch, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's my brunch boyfriend. Anyway, he got traded to the Party Animals. So now I guess I'm going to have to be a Party Animals fan instead of a Savannah Bananas fan. I mean, hot pink is more my color than yellow anyway, so I mean... So yeah, and then we had a really great time in Savannah. Then we also, the Big Time Rush tour was great. The first night I was there with Delise and Kyla, and that was so much fun. And yeah, just all of it. And then obviously Disney World. And then July was a bunch of concerts, so I don't really know which ones were which. But we definitely stayed in Virginia. No, so we went to Virginia Beach for the concert, but we stayed like halfway home. So I don't really know where we stayed, honestly. But my real trip in July was when Court and I went out to the mountains with the faces on it. Mount Rushmore. We went to Mount Rushmore, and that was really cool. And then we just drove around, and we went to South Dakota, North Dakota, and Montana, and it was so great. And we checked off those last 3 states. Well, those were Courtney's almost last 3 states, like her penultimate states. And that was like almost, that was, for me, that was 40, 46, 47, 48. Yeah. Yes, so, and for her it was 47, 48, and 49. No, she already went to South Dakota, so she only checked off 2. I checked off 3. So yeah, so that was fun. That was a fun little adventure, and that was around 4th of July. And yeah, we had a really good time doing that. And it was really special to go see that with my sister, and it was like a national monument. That's like we see all the ones that are like around here. You kind of see them, not all the time, but enough. And like something like that, like Mount Rushmore, is not something that we would, I never thought that I would go there. And, you know, we made it, we did it, and it was so cool. And I was so happy for us that we did that. So yeah, also July, we also like, I mean, where there was a bunch of like local-ish shows in July. So I don't know, I don't really remember where we stayed and where we didn't stay because I have a memory of a goldfish. Anyway, August, coming up to August, I went down to Alabama to see Big Time Rush. That was my last show of the tour, and state number 49, Alabama. I just went there by myself, but I met up with Kyla, and she's always so great to be around, and yeah, it was a really fun show, and I felt like I had like my own private James Maslow concert. Especially because, so I had a front row seat, right? And basically every single other person in the front row, like the whole front row, had the higher level VIPs. So that means that they got to be side stage for the first 3 songs. So the first 3 songs, I was like the only person in my whole section that was still standing there, like me and one mom. So like it was just like I felt like I had a spotlight on me. But yeah, like James kept throwing stuff at me too. I think I gave things away too that I caught. Like he threw a towel at me, which I don't need a sweaty towel, thank you though. So I gave that to Kyla, and he threw a drumstick at me, which I still have. It fell down the other day, and I was like, oh, my James Maslow drumstick. I can't lose this. But yeah, Alabama was fun. I really liked it, and I was so happy that I got to go there and check it off. State number 49. Which brings us to our September trip. State number 50, Alaska. I cannot believe it. I cried when we stepped off the ship in Sitka, Alaska. I was so overwhelmed with joy. I couldn't believe it that we actually did it. It was my 50th state, it was Court's 50th state, and we made it. Also, I mean, like, before we got into like on the cruise, we were in Seattle for the day, went to the top of the Space Needle, which was so cool. Yeah, so yeah, Alaska, man. I would love to go back to Alaska. I really, really liked it. I would like to pick another cruise that has different ports than the ones that we went to, just to like switch it up. And go new places there, but I just really had a really, really great time. I loved it so much. I was so happy that we did that, and we checked out 50 states. Like, how cool is that? And then October was Pop 2000 in Paradise. We went down to Cancun. Well, not Cancun, Playa del Carmen. Is that where we were? Puerto Vallarta? No, it was Playa del Carmen is where we were. And yeah, it was so fun. It was so fun. And I can't wait to go back on another Pop 2000 in Paradise adventure. The O-Towns, I just love them so much. And like, just to like have a vacation with them was so cool. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, just spending extra time in a vacation type setting with all the townies. It was like I like needed that getaway, just to relax, and hang out in a pool all day long. And then November is just this trip that we were just on, that I went to Disney World with Jer, and because I drove her to Florida to her new apartment, and then we went to Disney World. So, yeah, so I guess I was in her new town and at Disney World for November, and then it did cross over into December, but so like I could say, oh yeah, this is just this is December also, but I am going back to Disney World for New Year's Eve, so I will be there for December again. So I guess it counts. Disney World for December. But yeah, this last trip was really nice. It was just a good time. I wish the weather was a little cooler, but I will always wish that about Florida. I mean, not always, because I think because like the weather for New Year's Eve is kind of coming up, and it does say in the 40s at night, and that is a little chilly to be outside. So I'll have to layer up. But in general, I will usually say I would like it to be a little bit cooler in Florida. So yeah, so that's a recap of all my trips that I took all year long, and I can't believe that I actually did it, and I actually went on a trip every single month, and like I've never done that before, like because the summer is really easy. I go a lot of places in the summer, but like the winter, not so easy. So I'm just so happy that I actually accomplished this goal, because usually I'll come up with like goals for the year and I'll be like, oh, good enough, I tried. Oh well. But this one I did it. I made it. And I really wasn't sure if I was going to or not, because, you know, there was nothing planned for November and December. And I was like, well, I guess we got close enough. But then last minute, I was like, I got to do it. I got to finish. I got to do it. So here we are. And I'm so happy. And yeah, so, oh man, it was a good year. It was, yeah, it was a good year. So that's going to be it for me for today. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Love you. Bye.